10 signs you are an INFJ, which is the world's rarest personality type according to the Myers-Briggs personality test. That's what I'm going to get into in this video because I identify with quite a few of these 10 things, and I'm curious to see if you identify with them as well. And if you're not familiar with INFJ, the tongue twister, this one, then what it is it stands for introversion, intuition, feeling, and judging. All right, so watch this video. I'm going to get into these 10 things because I'm curious to see what you guys think and if they relate to you. All right, if you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm a Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and a notification button because I'm dropping a video every day. All right, the reason why I decided to do this video is because one of my subscribers is really big into the personality, Myers-Briggs personality test. And he started, rhyming off some of these acronyms on some of my videos that I'm like, I'm familiar with the Myers-Briggs, but not like deeply familiar with what each thing stands for. So then he said, oh, I think you might be the INFJ, which, hey, this is very complimentary. To be in the rare category of anything, as long as it's not the category of crazy, that's cool. All right. So I was like, let's take a look at this. So that's what this video is about, to go through these 10 characteristics to see if you guys, any of you, are also INFJ. And if you want me to do more videos, drop a comment on personality tests because I'm curious. How the heck is this related to dating? You're probably wondering, Silver Bachelor. It has everything to do with dating because the more you understand yourself, the better you can be and the best version of yourself you can be, right? In attracting the right match for you. So without further ado, let's get into this. So I made a whole bunch of notes. So if you see me, it's because I've got my laptop, but my screen's not like jumbo huge. So I have to scroll through. So number one is INFJs are very deeply reflective, right? So they tend to analyze patterns and they make connections where others might miss it. They like to ponder over life's big questions, which is pretty fascinating. I relate to this one because I took philosophy in school, and I really enjoyed it. I wasn't the best at it because it's just freaking circles all over. Like you're constantly going around and around and around in a circle, and I like definitive answers. So not black and white, but I eventually, at the end of the day, there's got to be an answer, right? So number two, high sensitivity. So what this means is that the INFJ has a higher sensitivity than most others, in that it's not just about being touchy-feely kind of thing. It's about having a heightened awareness of surroundings and an acute sense of empathy. So I definitely relate to this one because I can walk into a room and I can sense when the mood switches. So it's like I can sense when all of a sudden there's an argument off to the side and there's people, engaged, and I can't even hear the words, but I could just see them and I can tell, oh, this conversation's going sideways real quick. And I'm just very sensitive to the environment, right? So high sensitivity is number two. Number three is the need for solitude, which I definitely relate to this one. So introverts charge their battery from solitude. When they go out in social places, they drain the battery. Whereas it's the opposite for extroverts. Their battery gets filled when they're in social situations, and they get drained when they're in solitude. So I definitely can relate to this one. I've recently considered myself a social introvert. And this is interesting. So one of my friends, because he asked me, he's like, well, so what do you think you are, extrovert or introvert? And I told him extrovert. And he said, okay, well, answer this question. When shit hits the fan in your life, do you right away call your friends and your family and want to share what's happened? Or do you basically crawl under a rock so you can give yourself some time to think? And I'm like, whoa, I crawl under a rock and I need to give myself some time to think before I react or call anyone. He's like, you're an introvert. So I'm like, okay. So also the need for solitude resonates with me because my battery gets drained when I'm out socially, and I can socialize no problem for a long time, but the battery is drained eventually, and then I just need to pull myself back, recharge, and then go out again. So number 4 is they're idealistic visionaries, right? So it's not just a strong vision for the future, but it's for the future of humanity as a whole as well. And so I think about that a lot in terms of, where are things going in the world? Can we harvest more energy from the sun? That kind of stuff. And so I thought that was interesting. Number 5, they have perfectionist tendencies. Yes, this is me. So you guys have no idea how many times I've recorded videos. For example, there's some motorcycle going by. I don't know if you heard that in the sound. At first, when I was trying to record videos, I stopped the recording when I heard a motorcycle, when I heard sirens, when the lighting wasn't so great. And, there was constant these reasons to not record videos. And I've had to stop myself from being a perfectionist. My house is immaculate. Like, I'm in my apartment right now, and you can probably see those towels in the background. Like, I purposely moved them so they would look like that. You see my coffee machine, my toaster. Like, I'm a very meticulous person, and so perfectionist tendencies, this definitely resonates with me. And it's not just keeping things tidy, but I'm very organized in my notes and just in general. So I thought this was interesting. Number 6 is they have deep emotional connections, or they prefer to have deep emotional connections. So this one, I'm taking this to kind of the next level, and that is, I don't like to just have meaningless chit chat with people. I like to have deeper conversations and learn about their life and get to know them. And what also happens with respect to the deep emotional connections is, and again, I'm just playing with my notes here, trying to get these damn things together, is that when it comes to dating, so I'm not the type of person to just sleep with someone right away. I mean, maybe after 2 or 3 or 4 dates, but I need to have a connection with them first. So that's number 6. Number 7, totally relate to this one. I'm working on it. Is the INFJs struggle with confrontation. I'm a peacekeeper. I'm also from Canada. Basically, Canadians are like the UN in a sense, right? They just always want to have peace. So ultimately, that is something I've been working on for quite a few years, because confrontation isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's something you need to have. So one of the biggest areas that I've worked on is when I'm dating, and I have no problem having a confrontation with this person who's now, been shit testing me, is now borderline disrespecting me. No problem. Even in the workplace, I've worked on having that confrontation with people that I need to have a confrontation with, especially if I have direct reports and they've really messed up and I need to talk to them about that. So, but it's just in general, it's something that INFJs struggle with, is confrontation. So I thought that was interesting. Number 8, no surprise here, is they're people watchers, right? I can sit there by myself at a restaurant, and I love doing this, is sitting at a bar and just watching people, watching their behaviors. Oh, that couple's a married couple, I can tell, because they're both on their phones and they're not very physical with each other. They're kind of ignoring each other. Or this is the first date situation. It's just super fascinating. So that's number 8. Number 9 is future oriented. So that's what motivates me to get through day to day, as I look forward to, hey, I'm working on this deal and I'm going to hear back from them next week. Or there's this event happening and I look forward to that event in 3 months, or this trip. So I'm always thinking of the future, and it's always future oriented. So that applies to INFJs. All right. Number 10 is their desire to make a difference. And hey, we all have to earn a paycheck. We all have to put food on the table. But for myself, and again, I don't know if I'm actually an INFJ. I'd have to do the personality test. But I just thought this was interesting that I created this channel to share my stories and hopefully help other men. All right. Not only in their marriage, but also in their dating. And it's just a good feeling. Obviously, there's a financial benefit, but I'm doing this to give back. I also help a rescue in Colombia. It's a dog rescue. And it feels good when you're making a difference or trying to make a difference, anyways. All right. So let me know what you think in the comments. Do you want me to do more videos on these personality tests? And specifically, what I want to know, if you've done the Myers-Briggs, what's yours so that I can research it and maybe do a video later. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.